God had great plans for the life of Joseph. He had dreamed a dream which foretold that someday he would bear rule and that his brothers would bow to him. He did not yet know exactly what future assignments God would have for him, but in the meantime, he proved faithful. Though it took many years for God's plan to unfold, Joseph showed himself to be a trustworthy steward every step of the way. When Jacob asked Joseph to look after his brothers and to give him a report of the flocks, he was faithful. When Joseph was in Potiphar's house, he proved to be diligent in all things entrusted to him. God was with him and granted favor in the eyes of Potiphar toward Joseph, and he was made to manage all of Potiphar's things. On account of Joseph, God blessed Potiphar's house upon all that he had in the house and in the field. Genesis 39:5. Eventually, the day would come when temptation came knocking on Joseph's door. He proved trustworthy in this regard as well. He was not worried about his popularity or even about negative consequences, but his aim was to please his heavenly Father and to do the thing which was right. He fled from temptation and did not stay to see where it would lead. There may have been the chance that no one would even have found out if he had given in to Potiphar's wife. But Joseph was diligent and steadfast to his God, before whom all things are made manifest. He knew it would have been wrong to lie with Potiphar's wife, and so he remained trustworthy and faithful to God. When, as a result, he was wrongfully accused and thrown into prison, Joseph remained faithful there as well. God continued to bless him and to promote him even within the prison house. Little by little, God's plan began to unfold, and eventually Joseph was made second in command over all the land of Egypt. Along the way, Joseph showed he would be faithful to God's plans and to his will, even though it must have been hard to understand at times. He did not allow the fact that he was sold into a foreign land and cast into prison to change his trustworthiness to God. Neither did he allow his circumstances to cast doubt on the character of God. God has many plans for you and for me. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him." And whatever assignment God has given to you today, be faithful. The work ultimately is the Lord's, and he will do it through you with his own strength. Be faithful to the task and show yourself trustworthy. When Joseph was appointed second in command, God had a man who he knew was trustworthy to such a position. He had proven faithful and was ready to do what God would require of him. May we always do the same in whatever task God has for us.